Thank you guys for being here and for helping me bring this bucket list dream to reality. So I'm not going to talk too much here tonight. I may say a couple words about each song, but not much. It does cover a 50-year span, though. And my hair says that, but you wouldn't recognize it otherwise. But nonetheless, the first couple of songs were actually written in 1968, 1969. I was living in Austin. It was my last year of undergraduate school, and I put these songs together. So we're gonna start with those, and then we'll proceed from there. But we'll end up in 2021, so 50 years. Winter's day I live in, there's a blue northern kicking the breeze. There's a girl that lingers in my body, though she's just a memory back in time in my mind. When the sun burns down and the snow falls like ashes, there's a frost out on the window pane. I go drifting down upon the banks of mystery in a world of yesterdays far away in a haze. And a faded yellow picture in my mind I carry of a girl that never let me get away, while the years gone by are slowly melting out of line into time in my mind. There's a blue northern kicking the breeze. There's a girl that lingers in my body, though she's just a memory back in time in my mind. And a faded yellow picture in my mind of a girl that never let me get away, while the years gone by are slowly melting out of line into time in my mind. In 1969, I was still in university, but I got sick and I had to spend a couple weeks in the hospital. And while I was in the hospital, I didn't really feel like studying. I didn't have anything else to do, but I did have my guitar along. So this song dates from the spring of 1969. And I've always felt it's sort of my signature song. If I was asked to pull out a guitar and play something, I'd play this. So it's called Sniffin' Sunshine. strum my guitar and sing a drowsy old tune. Take a siesta neath a shady old tree, poking my cares away and floating the breeze. Thinking of crazy thoughts but never out loud, like dreaming up ways to hitch a ride on a cloud and glide over yonder and never come home. I recollect yesterday, the way that we laughed while browsing through memories of days in the past. We mentioned the future, but I really don't care if I ever remember how I plan to get there. Drifting along with the ducks in the pond, I'm a huckleberry hound and you're my shaggy friend. Sniffing the sunshine and scratching my face. To go barefoot, to wade in a stream. I like to wiggle my toes and feel the grass when it's green. I'm kind of a miser, but I just collect smiles to put in an album of my personal file. Sitting on top of a happy day, well, I'm biding my time to tuck my frowns away. It easy and letting it go, thinking of crazy thoughts but never out loud, like dreaming up ways to hitch a ride on a cloud and glide over yonder and never come home. Thank you. Ken Yoshioka on the harmonica and James McKie on the fiddle. They're ready. So I'm from West Texas, and I was telling James, you know, when I grew up, we actually didn't listen to a lot of country and western music. It was on KLLL. That was the name of the radio station in Lubbock. But we were aware of it and it's going on and stuff like that. But one of the times when I went back to live in Austin for a couple of years, around 1970, was just that moment when the cowboys and hippies got together, probably because of a shared love for a particular type of substance. But it was the era of what was called progressive country in that time, or outlaw country, when Willie Nelson and Jerry Jeff Walker and Waylon Jennings and people like that really came onto the scene. And I turned my ears too, and so I started listening more to that kind of singer-songwriter type country music, part rock, part country, and enjoying that. And my songwriting sort of turned in that direction as well. I would not consider myself a dyed-in-the-wool country and western singer, but every now and then you get the urge. And so this next song is sort of one of my urges in that way. I work so hard to make you happy, but it was easier to make you cry. It took so long to get to know you, but no time to say goodbye. I seldom said I loved you dearly, but often I wished I tried. The seldom wasn't near enough to keep you by my side. I told my friends that all was rosy, though the thorns were digging deep. But all the hurt we'd been collecting wasn't meant for us to keep. We called the cards the way we wanted. We didn't pay the truth no heed. But poker faces weren't enough to change our destiny. The years may come and pass me by while I'm forgetting that tragic night. How we stood before each other and admitted the things weren't right. But as we parted for forever, we were lying once again, pretending we could always still remain the best of friends. Thank you. Thank you. Tim Bovaconti over here on the steel guitar. Okay. So from 1970 to middle or sort of 3/4 of the way in 1972, I lived in mountains of Colombia in a remote little village up about 7,000 feet in the high mountain rainforest. And it was a special place for me then, it's a special place for me now. It rained a lot there, and it was often cloudy, and things were all overcast and covered in the mountains, and it sort of felt like I was like in a little cocoon, could just stay there forever. There was only one street through town. All the houses were cut timber from recently felled forest, and it was a unique experience. And a couple weeks before I left, I knew it was time to go. A couple weeks before I left, I sat down on a hillside near the town and the village and wrote this song. And there's a little change of pace here. Winter rain's falling down. All the days turning brown and rusty, and I'm getting older while the trees grow high. Tired of going nowhere while the road goes by. Wooden house on the hill, could it be why I feel so weary? Crooked walls on floors that moan in weight of time, whitewash appealing gray, just like an old man dying. Foggy green mountain main, shelters me from the rain and cold. When gypsy clouds are settling on the morning air, nothing can reach me, no one from the world out there. When gypsy clouds are settling on the morning air, nothing can reach me, no one from the world out there. Thank you. Terry Wilkins on the bass. Thanks, Terry. And Ken again on the harmonica. This song, I love this song. This probably the sweetest song I ever wrote. If songs can be sweet, but I was recently separated or divorced and had a dream one night. I guess I was dreaming about old relationships. So anyway. I still like to sing the same old melodies. I still like the sound of those old-time harmonies. Old songs stick around like old friends I have found, and I still have dreams about you. I still look a lot like the way I used to be. At least that's the way it still seems to me. Slightly rearranged, but never really changed. And I still have dreams about you. under the spell of the sky overhead. I still like to sing to the stars and the moon, and I still have dreams about you. I still like to sing to the stars and the moon, and I still have dreams about you. Thank you. You know, when you get right down to it, we're all at a certain age here, but probably all of us have somewhere in our history, in our lives, you know, some relationship that, you know, didn't pan out for whatever reasons. And occasionally the thought crosses your mind, a face flashes by your mind, you think, wow, I wonder what would have happened, you know, I wonder what happened to that person, what if that had worked out, regardless of how long-term and committed you are to your current relationships. You know, even about 4 years ago, my parents passed away, and they spent 71 years together. And they passed away 11 days apart. My dad went first, my mom second. And in that last couple of weeks with my mom, I was laying in bed with her there. We were looking at some old albums that she had of when she was a young girl and a young woman. And we turned one page, and there was a picture of a guy on it there, and she pointed at it and said his name, and she said, you know, if Daddy hadn't come along, he might have been the one. You know, so I don't think that's an unusual experience for everybody, and this song sort of captures that idea and that feeling, and it's called Legend in My Life. I just start this one. In the kingdom of my past, in my realm of yesterday, you were the lady that I loved, who somehow I let slip away. You are a tale I love to tell, and I can tell it very well. No one knows it like I do, because I'm still in love with you. You became a legend in my life, a love remembered in my dream, a silent story I still fondly tell, deep in my heart where memories dwell. You are my once upon a time, from long, long, long ago, a storybook romance, the greatest love I ever knew. Though I've lost track of what was real, I haven't lost the way I feel. I can make believe the way we were, from dreams of what we hope to be. You became a legend in my life, a love remembered in my dreams, a silent story I still fondly tell, deep in my heart where memories dwell. And sometimes I can't help wondering the way that you're remembering the momentary episode when our hearts to each other showed. Did I become a legend in your life, a love remembered in your dreams, a silent story you still fondly tell, deep in your heart where memories dwell. Thank you. Yeah. Tim's standing in on the upright piano there. You know, a dozen years or so ago, a good friend of mine's spouse passed away. And my wife Deanne and I had an opportunity to spend an evening with her a couple months later, in which she opened up her shared her grief with us. And when I got home that night, her feelings, her thoughts inspired a song. I think the song speaks more generally to any of us, particularly at this stage of life, who have lost a loved one and are living through the process of grieving afterwards. So she's graciously gave me permission to put that song on the album and to share it with you tonight. Take my time, the time it takes for time to heal my heart that aches. I'll take my time till time will tell that all my love has been fulfilled. I'll take my time. I stand alone inside a cloud amid the faces all around. So out of touch, inside a dream, this isn't happening to me. I'll take my time. Each day I find new memories attached to all the simple things, the ordinary chores return, the music we enjoyed to hear, and all the empty spaces in this house still bear the traces of your hand, your eyes, your loving care, the living truth of you once here. I still can't hide the way I feel, but why should I deny what's real? Some days may come when I'll forget, but till that day I won't regret. I took my time until that day my heart is set. I'll take my time. I'll take my time. I'll take my time. Thank you. You know, after I retired, you get to that point in life when you start sort of thinking, you know, where next? What next? And perhaps, you know, where next creatively, where next spiritually, where next communally with your friends and your loved ones in that. And this song captures that sentiment. It's called Destination Bound. I'll keep it on. There you go. James is going to put on a special guitar for us here tonight. Yeah. All right. You need to test the sound on that? Okay. Looking for a destination somewhere on the time horizon where I can find true inspiration inside my heart without disguising what is real with what is known, what is real with what is told. Somewhere in the world I'll find my place. Looking for a destination where saving grace can still be found, where hopes and prayers of sweet salvation turn into more than fairy tales. I'll sing my songs of love and life, of fantasies and paradise. It's all that I can do to find my way. Looking for a destination, a gathering place for kindred souls, where we can all hold hands together without the fear of letting go of who we really are inside, until there's nothing left to hide. If there was such a place, I'd surely go, where truth and hope and peace are harmonized. Would I even know when I've arrived? Till then I'll be destination bound. Till then I'll be destination bound. James guitar, James McKie on the flamenco guitar. You know, I've also, perhaps because I've always had this side of my mind that I love to write music and to do some visual art and stuff like that. I've thought a lot about creativity over the years. And I've noticed in my own life that, like songwriting came easy when I was young. But over the years, the muse doesn't strike quite as often. It's still around though. We'll get a 2021 song in here shortly. But and this song is sort of about that come and go in the waning of creativity and creative spirit. But it's still there. I call it Once. Once I was a garden, a place where all my dreams were free to grow. I love to tend my garden, watch the colors of my fantasies unfold. Once I was a garden full of order, had no order, had no road. Now I wonder how I inside this little box, no space to grow. Once I was an ocean, a sea of contradictions, high and low. I sailed upon my ocean, never knowing where my current thoughts would flow. Once I was an ocean full of mysteries, unfathomed yet unknown. Now I wonder how I ended up in the shallows where the tides no longer flow. Once I was a gambler, taking chances, hardly thinking about the odds. Had all my time to gamble, had nothing much to lose but time itself. Now I wonder how I turned up with the hand that I was dealt and nothing more. Some might say it's just a stroke of luck, but I can't help thinking maybe there's much more. Some might say it's just a stroke of luck, but I can't help thinking there might be much more. Once I was a garden, now I'm not sure how to say what I've become. Thank you. Yeah, I think that was actually the first song that we recorded on my album. And we put down just the sort of the basics, me playing and song the first week. Then the next week, James came back with that guitar solo there, and it just blew my mind. I said, that's what I want. That's what I want, doing something with that song that I never would have dreamed about myself. And it was really special. I appreciate that. Thank you, James. And so now we're in 2021. My wife and I have lived down on the beaches since 1988 or 87, something like that. So we've been down there a long time. We've had 2 dogs in that time, and so I spent a lot of time down at the beach, playing in the park with the dogs, or walking on the boardwalk, or sitting on the bench just enjoying the looking at Lake Ontario and the sounds and the smells and stuff like that around. So I wrote this song. I think I was thinking about my latest dog when I started it. She just passed away this last month, Canal. So her spirit is in there, but there's more to that than just a dog song. But I call it Sniffin' Sunshine again because it sort of captures the vibe of that Sniffin' Sunshine that I wrote in 1968, and here we are in 2021, and I guess I still enjoy that vibe. I haven't evolved that much, so let's go for it, guys. My old dog likes to take me walking down to the park where the birds are squawking. Throw the ball, chasing squirrels, looking all the doggone world. Rolling my back, legs in the air, shaking off all my troubles and cares. Well, it's high time to be sniffing sunshine once again. down on a bench by the waterside. Sun's a-rising in the morning light. Frogs go skipping on a whipping wave. Sunlight shimmers on a sandy bay. Lapping waves marking the time. Leaves are rocking in the breeze going by. Well, it's high time to be sniffing sunshine once again. Scattered clouds high above the trees. Sunlight filters through the canopy. Lazy shadows sprawl on the ground. Soak up the heat and cooling things down. Playing hooky in the park all day. Down by the garden where the butterflies play. Well, it's high time to be sniffing sunshine once again. So we got two more songs this evening, just to round it out. I think we're okay with our time here. Somewhere around 1968 or 69, I had a friend. He said to me one time, he said, "You know, Steve, I see you doing all this stuff and planning to go here and you're going to do that and what you're going to do." And he says, "I just feel like I'm sitting on a stool waiting and the world is just passing me by." And there wasn't a very happy thought about his uncertainty about what he was going to do with his life. But that idea of waiting stuck with me. And so a few years ago, I was thinking about that and wanted to write something a little more uplifting than waiting and having no control over it. But in your eyes, I thought there's a lot of stuff that we wait about. You know, we wait to have love reaffirmed, you know. We wait to have spirituality reaffirmed. Sometimes we wait just for the wonders of nature to amaze us. Or we wait for our dreams and then just love the fact that we're having dreams. So this song is called Waiting, and it tries to capture that sentiment in a positive way. Some nights when I lay down my head, I find myself waiting. I find myself waiting. Waiting for dreams to take me away. Sometimes at the end of a rainstorm, I find myself waiting. I find myself waiting for a break in the clouds beam down. It's never too late for dreams to come true. It's never too dark for light to shine through. Sometimes when I look in her eyes, I find myself waiting. I find myself waiting. Waiting to see is she still loving me? Sometimes when I kneel down to pray, I find myself waiting. I find myself waiting. Waiting for a sign from a spirit on high. It's never too late for love to be true. It's never too late for faith to renew. Some days when I wake up in bed, I find myself waiting. I find myself waiting. Thank you. A good friend of mine and I we did some adventure trekking in South America. We went 4 times to Bolivia, to Colombia, to Peru, and to Chile, hiking up on the mountains. And I remember back in that time, I was thinking, here I'm in my mid-60s. What am I doing this for, you know? Shouldn't I be acting my age? Is this acting my age? And in fact, it was worth it, you know, so we really enjoyed it. It was a great experience. But now here I am in front of you guys with a band of tremendous musicians, strumming my guitar and singing my songs, and I turned 74 yesterday. And I, I wondered if, about acting my age, and I said, well, I am doing that. I'm exactly doing that. I'm acting my age. I'm living out a lifelong dream with the help of these guys and your participation tonight, and I'm pleased to be here and hope that you've enjoyed the evening, enjoyed the music. There is a CD available that my daughter and daughter-in-law are managing. If somebody still has a CD player and wants to buy a hard copy for $8, or there's a flyer up there that can tell you where you can digitally access the music for free or to purchase, however you like. So that's enough of my sales talk there. We have one more song to do, and this one is inspired by my talk about acting my age, and it's called Time to Act My Age. Thought I'd climb another mountaintop on high, far beyond the timberline where eagles fly. Maybe I'll go find a river I can run, take my chances where the waters churn and turn. Maybe it's time to act my age. Could be it's time to act my age. I keep thinking there's still time to do it all the things still left to do before I fall into a time when there's no time to spare, where my age is all that's left for me to wear. Before it's time to act my age, I'll take my time to act my age. I've been running after more than I have found, searching hard to find what makes the world go round. More than I have found, searching hard to find what makes the world go round, making sense of every day from day to day, without a sense of why it's making sense that way. Maybe it's time now I came of age, accept the wisdom of my age. Maybe there's just no other age than what I'm living day to day. Thank you, thank you. And I want to give a special thanks again to this great band that has been accompanying tonight, James McKie on the fiddle and the mandolin and occasionally on the guitar, Tim Bovaconti on the pedal steel, the guitar, the piano, and one song is tambourine. Ken Yoshioka on harmonica and guitar, Terry Wilkins on stellar bass, and Andrew McCarthy on the drums. So they're great players. And I encourage you to all to keep in tune with what's going on in Toronto and go out and listen to these guys on their own too, not just with me. All right. Thank you very much.